had suggested earlier that with not Angelina, with Sophia, that it was just kind of out of the blue, sort of throw it out there, right? Let the door catch the ball. So, the question is, did Angelina bring up Jalen, or did you bring up Jalen?
She did. Because they were on the phone. Angelina had called Jalen, and they were talking, we were messing around. I like took Angelina's phone, I ran away with it for a little bit, and I was talking to Jalen. And then afterwards, we were like sitting around this like, you know, the circular thing, like around that
Yes,
in Braintree. Yeah, we were sitting there. Yeah, we were sitting there, and she started talking about Jalen. And she was like I said, she was going on about like bless you, how she wanted to like please him or whatever. And I was like, hey, practice question mark.
Okay, so
am I wrong?
Sophia, please interject.
So, before you mentioned the practice thing, you asked both of us, well actually no, you said something about your bucket list, and then you, after that you said, who would you guys have sex with in the school? And she replied with Jalen. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious to the dating.
My apologies. So, we will now be adding Ben to the school. So, I feel like here's the thing, Hayden. So, you know, I'm going to, you know, kind of cut it short because I think that everybody else in this party that I'm muted can agree that this is very light waters and light treading. Now in the last interview, do you remember it at all?
Vaguely.
You vaguely. Okay, what was the underlying issue with that interview?
Wasn't it like what he said to Antonio?
It was,
no.
he didn't, no. It was just
oh,
like,
no, it was a depression thing.
No. The last interview with you.
Oh, with me?
Yes. What was the major underlying issue that kept reoccurring as I was asking you the questions that we found?
Oh, at like some point, I kind of like started to not care and I was just answering with whatever I came up with.
That was one of them. But the major one was lie. You lied throughout the entire interview. You were constantly lying, you were constantly saying, I don't know, maybe, sure. You were constantly saying things like that. You were purposely lying as well. It wasn't just like kidding. You would purposely lie, even about little tiny things. So, would you agree, after, for example, if I was to lie about you about things I've said, things that aren't even important, if another situation occurs, do I take your word? I should say, with the phrasing of that question, do you take my word?
I think I would.
So you would take my word after I lied to you about many things. The person who is, I should say, prosecuting me is far more reliable. They've never lied before. In other situations, they've been honest. They've never been involved with a situation. They prove to have good character. Who are you going to pick?
Oh, well, now that you say that, even then. But the thing about it is that if you're lying to me, I don't know you. I wouldn't know until it comes forward that you would.
Yeah. So, here's the thing, right? We have a weird situation.
Okay.
So, there's only 3 people in this whole thing. There's you, there's Angelina, and there's Sophia. Right? Now, 2 of you are not very reputable. Sorry, I heard a sneeze. But Angelina has lied many times before. Very well known liar.
You said out there, what you said?
Angelina's a very well known liar. She lies all the time. She constantly over exaggerates situations. Pulls a lot of things out of her ass. For drama, for the team.
Right.
So she's not very reputable. But Sophia, would you say that Sophia is a reputable source?
Yeah, I would say so. Because she doesn't lie. At least I don't know.
She doesn't lie. Okay. So if I was to listen to Sophia's side of the story and then I was to listen to yours, who do you think I should believe? You think I should believe Sophia?
Yes, as in, that's what you said.
Okay, so
In this
I'm going
this specific
to.
thing, she is reputable.
Okay, so I'm gonna paraphrase a quote. Tell me if it hits.
Okay.
On my bucket list are 3-sums, 4-sums, and 5-sums.
Yeah.
That's on the board.
Yes.
I was too afraid to tell my friends that I lost my virginity in New Hampshire. That's a hit. Okay. Kimberly goes around saying that my dick is 10 inches.
That's true. I told you about that. But she's stupid. Can I tell you about
Okay.
that? I'm pretty sure I did tell you.
So, anything else, Sophia, that you would like to add that were phrases or comments stated by David that I didn't get on there? Okay, so I'm less concerned about the situation, but I'm going to give you my interpretation of the story, Hayden, from both sides, because now I've heard your recollection, and I've heard Sophia's recollection. And before I do, this isn't a phrase, this is more like an event. Did you try bringing both of them into your house? Did you shut a camera off? And did your mother find out?
We watched the movie. And
You watched the movie
Yeah.
in your mother's house.
Yes.
Sophia, is that true?
Yeah, we did watch it.
Okay, so you watched the movie, and this is in Hayden's house, correct? And I imagine that the timeline goes, you went into Hayden's house to watch a movie, his mother found out, you guys had a run out, you guys go to bar.
No, we didn't find out. No, we did not find out. I
No
was
one
getting
found out.
skeptical, so then we did, because I didn't want to get
Okay. So, I would like to say to Sophia for a minute. Is this true? Is this recollection of events?
Somewhat.
And
What is
what
not
you
true
do
about
with
it?
it?
Well, like, do you want me to add, or do you want me to, like, switch?
What is untrue about it? Because I'm going.
Well, firstly, what's untrue about it? Secondly, what would you like to do?
I mean, I don't think this really matters, but we went in, or he went in first, unplugged it, and went back out, we went in, and his mom called, so we went back out, so we had to plug in the camera again, and then plug it back out, and we went in and watched it.
Okay. So, why did you leave Angelina out of
You cut out again. I'm sorry. What?
this? Why is Angelina left out of all of this?
Out of
Like,
what
these are two
specifically
entirely
happened
different
with Sophia.
Well, I asked you to run
Angelina was
that.
there. She was right
Angelina
there.
was there. And
Yeah.
why is she not included
Included in what? The same.
in this story?
And she is in the
I
story.
just
We
find it
all
very
went.
odd, because
We
it
all
seems
no,
like...
no. Listen. We all went here and we watched the movie, and then a couple times we had to leave because
How you doing?
what's it called? I was afraid of getting caught.
Okay. So, Sophia here. Now, would you say that what you did?
Wait, hold on.
Also, before I actually say that, 'cause there's a lot of things to talk about here.
Right.
The whole thing about Jalen and Sophia or whatever, I'm not going to try to play mental gymnastics with you, Hayden, or trampoline. So, was Angelina the one to bring up that she does things with Jalen, or were you the one to ask?
That was Angelina.
So it was entirely Angelina telling you the stuff she does with
Yes,
Jalen.
this is when I asked like who they would do, and then she brought up Jalen.
So
That's what
you, okay. So what happens is, you ask them who they would have sex with.
Yeah.
Angelina retorts with Jalen, and then what?
I really can't.
She
remember
just
what
she
happened
just goes,
for a while.
Jalen, of course, because I do things with him.
I don't even know if it was that specifically, but afterwards she was like, I really can't remember. I'm being straight honest with you. I really don't remember most of it, but I do remember. I do remember asking. I do remember her bringing up Jalen. That's true.
Okay. So, do you find what you did
Might not look
to be
like
creepy
it, but I'm busy.
to both?
Who?
Do you find what you did to be creepy?
Oh yeah, honestly, after the fact when everything was kind of like over and done with, I really thought about it like really hard, and I thought about how stupid I was. I regret it like beyond words.
What would you say is the worst thing that you've done to them?
Probably try to interfere with Angelina's relationship.
And did you ask them to have a threesome?
No, I did not.
So
I
you
might
did
have said
not
it as a
ask
joke, but I
Sophia.
did not ask
Wha-
that literally.
What?
I might have said it as a joke when I listed my bucket list. I might have like. No, that wasn't might have actually. I did say it as a joke.
Okay, so you meant it as a joke, right?
Yes, I did mean it as a joke.
And okay, so you speak about your bucket list, about threesomes,
Yeah.
foursomes, and fivesomes, but no more. And
Yeah.
this is all in a joking manner. So you randomly bring up.
No, the
How-
bucket
how
list
does
is
this
real.
come about?
The bucket list is real.
I'm not denying that the bucket list is real, but this is just randomly brought up.
I really
Like-
don't remember how it came up, to be quite honest with you.
Did you imply it?
I might have. I really can't remember. I think
Okay.
if Sophia remembers, then she's probably right.
Sophia, what do you remember?
Well, I don't remember how it came up. I'm guessing that we were probably talking about like our future or something. I don't know.
And it's just okay. You don't remember how it came up, but when he said it, did it appear to be
Nick, your connection is the equivalent of me putting my hand in a waffle iron. I
Really?
can't hear you. I can't hear
You said
That's
you.
really
analogy
bad.
twice.
I know.
Where
I've
did
been
you come
using
up with
it a
the
lot.
waffle iron thing?
Is that better at all?
That is better now. Thank you.
Okay.
I know, Casey. I
So-
know. I use it a lot. I found it funny.
Okay. So did it appear to be a joke at all?
When I brought up with them, yes, that was a joke. But the bucket
no,
list
no,
is real. That
I'm
was
asking
legitimate.
Sophia.
Oh, yeah, right. My bad.
What exactly?
The whole bucket list thing.
No, it seemed
Was-
pretty real because he like
Was he
kept like,
laughing?
like it was kind of like nervous laughter.
Okay.
Sorry.
Also, I asked that everybody, like, you can unmute your mics. I see a lot of muted mics. You can unmute your mics, just don't talk. Interject if you feel like you need to, but ask to interject.
I do want to
Like-
hear what they have to say. I'm sure
Like,
it's
don't
not
just
good.
run
I do
in
want to
kind
hear.
of for you.
What's up,
Just,
kid?
you know, ask to speak and so on. So,
Wait,
Oh, yeah,
can
before
I
you- hold on,
speak?
Nick, before,
Can
I
before
speak
we
real
hold on, can I just finish one thing
you
before you do
can.
that?
I would also like to ask Richie if you're gonna speak, and it's something totally irrelevant to the current, like. what
No,
we're
it's
speaking about.
like right now.
It's like relevant. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Alright, you can go first then.
Like, when you were laughing, Sophia, was it more like a laugh of like, what the fuck is he thinking? Like,
Oh, wait, I
like
thought
what
you
is
were
this
asking-
idea?
If he
I thought
was
you were
laughing.
asking me.
No. If when Hayden asked you about the threesomes, the fivesums, and the foursomes or
did you-
whatever,
I was
Um,
surprised.
was it
At
like
how-
a laugh of like, what the fuck is
Like
he
me?
thinking? Yeah,
you.
was it like a laugh of
Oh,
like?
I didn't laugh.
probably
I was
like
just
it.
like,
Is
what
this
the heck? That
fucking-
is really specific.
It was very
And
specific.
Did Angelina laugh at all? Did she? Like,
I think she was.
She
really
was.
surprised
I do recall that.
Yeah.
She was laughing.
and she was laughing too.
She did like the what thing? Like the most.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so, okay. When you spoke to Angelina, right? I'd also like to
No.
suggest if you're gonna laugh like a fucking pig, mute your microphone.
Oh, actually, Nick, before you
And then-
carry on, I want to speak to everybody as a whole on my behalf.
Go ahead.
In no way am I ever trying. Why is my Alexa on? Shut up. Okay. In no way am I trying to justify my actions or make it look like I am the innocent man. What I did was completely wrong, and I'm owning up to that. That was stupid.
What the fuck is that voice? What are you
What
lying?
was that voice?
It's a weird
Okay.
voice. It's a little bit.
It's
I
very
heard
strange.
Yeah, it was a very
Dude, my
strange
mic
voice.
is super old. I don't know what's happening to it. But see,
Anyway.
I am in no way justifying my actions. I am definitely a guilty person.
Okay.
Just like to speak on your if you're thinking like if I'm trying to justify myself.
No, I'm asking
Proceed.
you.
Proceed.
Lied to the point where you were bouncing around the question of if you deepened your voice or not when speaking to people. So
Yeah.
would you say that after that situation, you said yourself that I shouldn't find you credible, and I should take things? Do you think I should find you to be a borderline liar, a compulsive liar?
I wouldn't say borderline.
I would say a borderline liar.
I said I wouldn't say.
Oh. Could you explain why?
Because there are points where I do lie to come off as more interesting. Not like you told me when I was talking to Isabella, you said make up light lies that make her think that you're more interesting.
So
You mean,
by
like,
lying-
exaggerate a
And
story?
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what it means. Now, but you weren't exaggerating any story, and you were being asked questions which were clearly made for you to tell the truth. They were yes and no questions. It had nothing to do with how interesting you were. Those aren't white lies either.
No. I'm saying when you ask if I am a liar, do you mean by the interview or just in general?
Okay, so let's do
Like
first.
speaking on my entire behalf.
I'm not speaking on your entire behalf. Your entire behalf also isn't like valuable or I can't validate a lot of the things you say, obviously. A lot of people can't validate what they say on a whole. But from that interview, it is clear that when you're asked truthful questions, you lie. I shouldn't say truthful questions. Questions where you're supposed to tell the truth. Those aren't white lies. Because you're not harming anybody. I mean, you're not harming anybody in the way of a white lie. Like, does this dress make me look fat kind of thing? That isn't what you were doing at all. You were blatantly lying to make yourself look better.
Okay.
So, from that, do you think I should consider you a compulsive liar?
From what all this.
From the end of that interview.
From what all
Because
that
if you s-
entails, I would say yes.
Okay.
That is
Because
a
at the
fair
end of the
assumption.
interview,
That
I
is a
think-
fair. That
I
is a
don't
fair
know if you
title.
recall. Yeah. I don't know if you recall.
I
but
do
you had
recall.
said, I
little bit
basically
of that.
lied about everything, is what you said. No,
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
got to the point where everything was just kind of hitting me, and I didn't know what to do. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna lie about it. And that was
Okay.
what happened, and I was stupid.
So, how do I know you're not lying when I ask you these questions?
You can take my word for it. I
can't take your word
literally
for it.
no, that's not right. What I'm saying is, I am telling the truth. If you can believe it if you want to, then not. But right now, I am telling the truth. I will stand by that.
Okay. Sophia, do you think Hayden so far, whatever minute mark or whatever we're at, do you think Hayden so far has proven to be a trustworthy person?
Like out of this situation or like
Out of what we've just spoken about, right now.
From the
Like what
questions,
he's
like where the
telling you
answer is
guys?
truthful.
From the
He's asking
questions.
if my answers were truthful.
yeah.
So you think at this point I should take his word on it? You really want to say that?
I
Whoever's spamming the, I know someone's playing GTA. Can you like please mute your mic? Because all I hear is like it's really.
I'm driving a car, not me.
Tell me, I
So-
got it.
Fucking
Yeah, so am I.
So, what's it called, bro? Now, you do think it's creepy. Did you speak
I
to
do.
Angelina at all, creepy man?
Probably. I don't recall exactly what was
Do-
said. As in,
do you
she had
recall-
blocked me and I had lost enough use.
Yeah, did you recall telling Sophia that for Angelina to become friends with you again after she blocked you. And then you saw it.
Yeah, because I figured that it was kind of past, and everyone was kind of over it, as I was. I don't know about her, but she had unblocked me at the time, and she texted me this morning, and she just never got back to me.
Has she? Were you creepy? I mean, were you creepy to her indirect messages, meaning after this? This whole Jalen, threesome, yada yada.
Yeah, I would assume I would be.
You would assume, well, you're saying
I
that
really
you-
can't recall the majority of it, but speaking from how I think it's the dumbest thing I could have ever done, then yeah, it probably was.
And why do you think it's the dumbest thing that you could have ever done?
Because it was
Just for the record.
it was very stupid on my behalf. It was very stupid. Like
Okay, so something is wrong.
there are dumb things I've done, and there was something that's just blatantly wrong. I don't know why I did it. I still can't tell myself like, that was why. I just did
Why is it
and I
wrong?
Really it's just a blaming at this point. I feel incredibly bad about it, and it's stupid of me, incredibly. And I
okay,
want.
but that's
more.
like, that's kind of jumping around.
That's what I'm
Why do
saying.
you
I'm
think
just.
it's wrong?
I think it's wrong because that's not how I should conduct myself, especially to someone like Lucia, being just a woman in general. I should not conduct myself like that. That is very wrong and vile, honestly. But I don't like to speak on my own part. It is very
Okay, so, if you recall, what did Arion do?
Arion, he was first of all faking depression. That was the big part, and then there was the
Okay.
little points where he was saying very deranged things to Natalia.
Okay, so, why was he...
I know where you're going with this. He's gonna say that now I am the one saying deranged things, but I just anyway.
No,
What was it
that's
about
not...
Okay, never mind.
Okay, so why was Arion faking depression? Number one, I seriously think there is something wrong with him, and I think that saying that he
Maybe
faked, just because somebody admits to doing something doesn't mean that, you know, their admission is validated. There's many times before where, for example, people who have a murder anybody admit to murder, so on and so forth, after intense interrogation, hatred, societal, many different things. So, why was Arion, you know, quote unquote faking depression?
He never told us why. That was
He
the
never
thing.
told you why.
He
Why
gave
did
us
he-
answers, but
He
gave us
admitted
answers,
he
but they
admitted
were all-
to he faked depression to try to like get girls to
admitted
feel
that
bad
he-
for him. That's what he
Oh, is that
admitted.
what it? I thought it was. I
That
thought
was
we
it.
all uncovered. I thought we all uncovered that he was just like speaking out of his ass just to get out of the interview.
No, it
Or was
was.
that the
It was.
actual reason?
No,
That's
he,
what we infer.
he admitted to
is-
trying to get girls to take pity on him and feel bad.
Okay, so the whole idea is Arion is faking who he is. Right? He's faking his character. He's faking his person. Who he is as a human. So that he can portray himself in a different way towards women. So that they will, in whatever way, because it doesn't really matter if it's through pity, respect, intimidation, whatever. Trying to portray himself in a way where women like him, right? And you see, this is kind of my take. If you want the truth, Hayden, I'm gonna cut it to you short. I do not think we could talk about this, obviously, and discuss this, but I'm gonna list some things. One, nobody has any recollection of Kimberly saying your dick was 10 inches close to 10 inches, or any numerical size. Never even have any recollection of her saying it was large, small, anything. She didn't even speak about it to anyone. And the people that she
Okay, this is
did,
what happened. This is what happened. Can I just interject
Yeah,
you
yeah,
quickly?
sure.
There's no. She never spoke about it because this was my first like sort of, how would you call it, like sexual interaction with
Yeah.
Kimberly, and we were both new to it. It was new to us.
I'm on the clock. What
She
you want?
said-
Some wheels?
I'll
get back to it then.
And we were doing whatever. And then that's what she said. That's when she said that, and she never told anyone because we were like, okay, no one can know about this because this is not going to be public about. So that's why there's no recollection, and that's why I'm going off my own word because I am the one she said it to.
So you breached Kimberly's trust to tell Angelina that she is telling people that your dick is untrue.
I never said it was true. I was making fun of her for it being untrue.
Yeah, but
Wait.
When I
you
brought it up, I
specifically
had said
stated that
Kimberly
Kimberly.
was stupid. for
You
saying that,
specifically
and then
went
it
on
was-
to say that she was telling people so.
Wait,
I never went on about her telling anything.
Sophia, so did he say that he was telling people?
that one. That is like his
Yeah,
That
No,
I was,
but-
that Kimberly was.
from what it seemed like, it didn't seem like or sound like that you were making fun of like whatever she said. Like you
Really?
even said like she's
What?
closed, and then you like
That was
Like-
that was a joke. That was a joke.
either way you held up your like fingers to apparently the size of your dick.
Was it big? Was it
Oh, I
tall?
remember that.
I don't even remember.
Not a number,
was so
just I'm saying it. Does it look like it hurt? Or like...
That shit goes inside my body.
Okay, anyways, continue on what you said.
Oh, that was it.
Okay. Well, you see, the thing is, you kind of told us that he was saying that he was telling people. So,
That I was telling people? I'm saying that I was
no,
or Kimberly
my
was.
apologies.
Confused.
Wrong word. That Kimberly was telling other people. Did he say, Kimberly says my dick is 10 inches? Or something similar to that? As
I've never heard her say
Said
that.
because it's a thing.
that,
That
not,
was when I stated that it
I'm
was
not
supposed to
asking
be
you,
like a
Sophia,
private thing.
if you heard Kimberly say that. I'm asking you if you recollect Hayden said to Kimberly.
No.
I mean, whoa.
No, you worded that wrong.
Hayden saying, I'm confusing Kimberly with Angelina too much. They're both whores. What I'm trying to say is, did Hayden say to Angelina and you, Kimberly says my dick is 10 inches to people? Or something like that, something similar? Something-
Not the two people part.
Yeah, see.
Okay. So
But
then,
Nick, what I'm saying is that she had said it to me when we were, hanging out. That was not. I didn't say that she said other people. And she was talking
did you
about it to us.
tell about what Kimberly did with you?
Probably a few. It was really stupid.
That's stupid
A
too.
I
few.
told you.
What's-
I told you after it happened. You were the first person I told.
Yeah. How many is a few?
I really wouldn't know, but it's not
Well-
that many
Did you tell Sophia and Angelina?
people. I did. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any proof, solid evidence, any of that regarding her doing it? Like, if I was to ask Kimberly right now, would she admit it?
She could. I don't know if she admitted it because she'd probably be secretive about it. I don't
So-
know how much she's probably told other people. I figured she would have told her friends.
I mean, she's never told anybody. I've actually, before this, I spoke to Antonia and I spoke to Kimberly. And it's more of a, rhetorical statement because she said nothing happened. She said absolutely nothing occurred.
But think about it.
See-
As Kimberly is my ex, do you think she would really admit to it?
Well, I think, if anything, yeah.
Why?
Because you were officially dating. If it was somebody who you weren't actually seriously dating, or if you were dating for a short period, or a lot of the cases,
It was a 4-month period.
that's not very short. If it was a period of don't tell anybody, which it wasn't, you did tell
I-
people.
I did tell people. That was after we broke up. That was.
Oh, well, Kimberly also told people. You guys kept
No, I
it a
told
secret
you.
for a while.
I told you the day after it happened. That was when I told you.
Yeah, you kept it a secret from others for a short period of time, both of you agreed. But eventually you both came public. And this event occurred after you guys became public. So if anything, it would make more sense that Kimberly says things occurred between you two than if, for example, like, I'm gonna throw like an oddball and say something like, I don't even know. Just, there's I'm not gonna name names or anything. But there's a lot of relationships involved where we keep the secret.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, generally speaking, I would think that Kimberly, even if she doesn't say, yeah, I, slugged his door now, like, she would definitely say that she did something.
to think about it in this sense, the reason Kimberly had a slip up and now like she left me, she thinks bad of me. So why would she admit to doing something that someone she thinks bad of?
Well, why does she think bad of you?
That would make her look bad. That would stink herself.
Well, why would she think bad of you?
Why would she fight it?
Well, you said she thinks bad of you. You're bad.
Because we had a slip up where I was being an idiot. Like I wasn't doing well in general.
What were you doing?
And that was I was like acting stupid all the time, and
As
I
in
was
like
a bit.
dick?
I was a
Or-
bit. No, not being a dick. I was being like I was just joking around instead of like taking things as seriously.
Okay. So,
And that was why we fell through. And we had an argument about it, and then she like, refused to speak to me afterwards. After she was like, yeah, we can stay friends, and she never spoke to me after the fact. So and then I go out on a limb because obviously when that happens, you think that I would think that she was terrible with me. So why I still stand by that she would not do that.
okay. So the thing is, when that occurs, it's not that they hate, you know, it's just ending a relationship. There's a big difference. Hate's a very strong word. Dislike is even a strong word. I wouldn't even say she dislikes you. It's just generally speaking, you don't really talk to your ex that much.
That's why I said
Especially-
thinks bad, not hate or dislike. Like
Yeah,
I mean, she
thinks
doesn't have
bad
the
of
most
you.
positive
So-
take on it.
Okay, well, just because that doesn't mean she has a negative take, number one. Number two, why would she say that nothing happened between her and her boyfriend? Like, what is affecting her? Even if she does think that, what's the issue with telling somebody that you did something?
I have not spoken to her since like the month we left, and I have no idea what her thought process was to keep the story the same. That I have not spoken to her. I haven't been like, yo, you didn't tell anyone still, right? Like I haven't kept up with her. So
Well, again, I've spoken to Aaron about it because Aaron knows her far more than I do, and generally
that's true.
speaking,
That's true. After they broke up, like she was sending.
she does not seem to dislike you.
Really, because every time I tried to speak to her, even remotely, and I even had Sophia text her to be like, yo, what do you think? Because I was like, she said she wanted to be friends, and now she doesn't talk to me. So I had Sophia herself go and ask Kimberly, like, you know, what's going on? And Kimberly said that I was like, I don't remember exactly what it was. Sophia, if you can recall what she did say, then I'd really appreciate it if you would recall that now. But I had Sophia talk to her,
Sophia, do you
and it
recall?
was something fairly negative. It wasn't like, yeah, he's cool, I want to get back with him. It wasn't like fairly
It was
opposite.
something about how she wanted him to like move on and like grow up, I guess.
Was he being clingy at all?
I'm not sure.
Hayden, were you being clingy at all?
I mean, I was in a relationship, but I can't recall. If anyone, I think it was Kimberly, because this happened a lot when we were in a relationship.
Well, you said you dropped
If I-
her, you both fell off.
We both fell off after, this was in the beginning, when like, you know, when like everyone's all giddy and happy in the beginning of the relationship, and then everything kind of slows down
I'm asking
to a
you,
neutral place.
were you clingy after the relationship?
After a relationship, no, I tried to be friends with her. I was trying to be friendly, I would try to speak with her, text her, and she had this little thing she posted on her story. She was like really upset. I tried to ask her, you know, what was wrong, and she just wouldn't speak to me. So I wasn't being clingy, I was just trying to be friendly after the fact, and she said that we could stay friends. That
Okay.
was what happened.
So, now, I mentioned Arion earlier. What do you think is wrong with what Arion did? What deserves him to be exiled from an entire firm, and basically just publicly hated on and shit on?
I think the problem was that I think we all got past the Antonia thing. We saw that as more of a joke, but I think what came out more was the depression thing, and how Dominic said it perfectly himself. I remember Dominic saying that he's exploiting a disorder, and it's quite wrong. I remember Dominic saying something like that.
Okay, so
Wow.
he's exploiting a disorder.
I get.
Now you see, I think that I think, I think exploiting a disorder, you know, is the intent to have, you know, others feel sorry besides women or public recognition. No, none of that. Arion was just desperate, you know? Arion was just desperate for women, and he saw that as the rap. Now, as much as you want to shit on Arion, if we want to go off that, if we want to say that the worser thing, instead of being creepy to women, which I find that to be, what he did to Antonio was far worse than him lying about depression. But if we're gonna go off that, even if, let's just say you told the truth about this whole thing, you didn't lie about anything to anybody, right? Wouldn't your previous lies make you guilty? Like,
It would
not
definitely
even of
stain.
this,
It would definitely stain this.
but it wouldn't
It would be the bad mark.
it would be the bad mark. But it wouldn't be anywhere close to Arion law about depression. Not even lying necessarily to you guys, because he did mention depression, but he wasn't going off on a tangent. He wasn't asking for any help from you guys. He wasn't asking
Yeah,
for.
that's what we called him out on. We called him out that we said, you know, why didn't you tell him don't? You know,
Exactly.
Why didn't you ask
So-
for someone to help you that could have actually helped
So
you,
Arion
including
didn't
us.
really exploit depression. He only exploited it in one field regarding women, whereas you exploited many things in many different fields.
What?
Overall, in that interview, for many different reasons.
Oh,
So, what would you say is worse?
I wouldn't know, actually.
Okay. So,
I'm being legitimate. I
Wait,
don't know.
now hear me out, right?
Rivera, can I say something
Uh-huh.
real quick?
Go ahead, say so.
Okay, Hayden,
Yeah.
why would you even think of making an interview if you were gonna do some shit like this? Like, it's
This was after
along
the
the
fact.
lines.
This was after the fact. And I didn't plan on this. It all just kind of like, I didn't be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. It ended up just happening. And I still regret it. Like, I'm not, would never justify this. But
Well,
it's
you see-
stupid and terrible on my part.
Here's the thing. About, I don't think that's what Dominic's trying to say. Dominic trying to do that. But why do you do things like that? Because I'm not saying you go around doing this to everybody. But after speaking with Antonia for long periods of time regarding you, regarding Arion, I notice an underlying trend between both of you where you both act like incredibly different people around women. And whatever way you take it to be, it's taken negatively by you. Antonia mentioned Sophia. Matter of fact, Sophia did not even have any relationship with you. But I mentioned this to her, and her retort was, yeah, I've heard Hayden in parties, and then I've spoken to him privately, and he's a totally different guy. Now, Arion claims to have depression, for pity, for more people, so on and so forth. But Arion is the same person. Matter of fact, I know Arion is the same person. I've read Snapchat DMs between him and women. I've read Instagram DMs. I've read literally, I could say easily over hours of text messages between him and other women. Arion is genuinely himself. He just lies about, you know, the depression. And, you know, he's far older. But with you don't even keep the same person. I don't even read Hayden. I don't read Hayden at all. I read somebody who is not even necessarily more witty, but just makes himself out to be far wittier, far more confident, a player in a sense, kind of braggishly talking about things that have occurred to them sexually. For example, mentioning private information that a girlfriend obviously did not want you to discuss, if it even is true. Because we have no validation from anybody but her. I mean, anybody but you, I bet. So, the question is, if Arion can be vilified so horribly, because you gotta admit, I didn't really partake in it at all, but what you guys did to him, especially with the interview, I heard the interview was very aggressive and going into
It was very upsetting. With
Yeah,
everybody.
and I feel like this interview is even more
Hey.
tame than the last one.
Wait,
Yeah.
Because
can I
I'm not
make-
even.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
I think it's just because Ariana's just an unlikable person. To begin
exactly.
with.
Exactly what I said. Now here's the thing, Hayden. Right? I don't really think you're upset about what happened. I don't really think anybody is truly that upset. You know what I think really happened? Arion's unlikable. Arion isn't charismatic. He isn't witty. Can't really defend his points. So you all used him as kind of like
Nick,
the crippled horse. Yeah,
can I say something?
yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah, so I think the reason that everybody hates Orion is
This is
because
gonna
at
be some
least
bullshit answer.
no. At least Hayden owns up to what he did, or tries to seem like he owns up to it at least, and thinks that it was bad. Orion doesn't care. Like he's still
Yeah,
faking
well, no.
depression. He doesn't think it's exactly wrong.
Listen, and I'll
Okay.
say it a million times over. I'll beg for forgiveness for it. It was incredibly stupid, in my opinion.
Well, I don't need you to beg for
I know.
forgiveness.
I'm not begging for it. I'm saying I will, but
If you want the
it
truth,
was such a stupid thing to do.
the apology, like, there was no apology to Angelina,
Because Angelina had blocked her.
but you said she texted you this morning.
Texted me this morning.
Yeah.
What did she even say?
She just said, "Hey." She just said, "Hey, it's Angelina." That was it.
And what did you say?
I just said, "Hey," and she never got back to me.
Okay. I feel like that I also like Sophia, you had read to me what Hayden's apology was. And you didn't even call Sophia on the phone. It wasn't a long apology. I understand the whole I don't want to go on a tangent. Like I understand that, especially with apologies. But it's like didn't even seem slightly genuine. And the thing
How
is like
did it not seem genuine? I was. You can take my
because
word for it. I was
it's
being
just
genuine.
bland. Like
The thing is,
I'm
at my
sorry.
father's house, my father,
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
that wasn't it at all, actually. And like, I'm pretty sure that that was not. It may feel like that, but it wasn't. I was being. That was purely genuine.
Well, the biggest difference between you and Orion, especially with interviews, is that I keep saying Orion and Arion. I should stick to it, but he can't defend himself. He isn't good at defending himself. He's not witty. He's not likable. He's not charismatic. He isn't funny. He doesn't appear to be nice. If you want to, well, I'm not even gonna say if you want the truth. As much as you claim to be a nice person in the life, or kind, or genuine, all you've displayed is anything but that. It seems like you look entirely in your self-interest. Through this, you've lied. You and Sophia have both had disagreements within this exact interview, which I can only take up as you yourself said that if I was to believe anybody, I should believe Sophia. So I can go up that and easily state that you yourself have lied recently. Arion has reason to do all this, and I feel like you have a reason to do it too. You're just masking it with all the "I'm sorry" type of bullshit. Arion
No,
continues
that's the
to
thing.
do so.
Hold on. Can I
Go.
please interrupt you? I really, you don't have to believe me. I really hope that you do. But the thing is, if if I weren't as sorry as I'm like telling everyone that I am, I wouldn't bother with even trying to apologize, because that's not me. If I do something with intention, I won't apologize for it. And I did that with slight intention, but the thing is, afterwards it kind of dawned upon me how stupid and foolish I was. And now that I think about it, and it's now, coming back up in my face, I realize how wrong that was to just do it in a big, just put it on a flyer that it was just incredibly wrong and it was uncalled for. That I will,
Yeah.
I will admit to die. But you don't have to believe me. You can still think of me as wow, he's a liar. But I'm going off my own word, and I really hope you can take it.
The reason why I don't
I
take your
am
word at all.
genuinely sorry about it, and it's not something I should be ever.
The reason why I don't take your word at all is because you consistently mention how you've received backlash for it, and the only time you apologized was after backlash was given. You didn't apologize when you had it. Like, it is clear that Sophia was not comfortable with it at all, and
Yeah.
it doesn't take a genius, especially someone who seems to be as intelligent as you.
May I add something?
Go straight
It's
ahead.
kind of like when you do something wrong and you don't get like criticized or spotted
cool.
for it, you're not gonna it seems with you you're still not gonna apologize. But if someone criticizes you or spots you for doing this, then you will apologize because you kind of want, you know.
Yeah, that was the same exact thing with the last interview I had with you. Because the last interview I had, you did hella things and you lied to many people. You didn't even just lie to girls, you lied to us. And if anything, I feel like we're the most sympathizing and some forgiving people. We do horrible things. All of us do, or most of us. And it's sympathized with. There have been beefs that have gone on for 5 months between people in this group, and it always comes up with them sitting at parties like this and laughing. So we're accepting of everything, and it seems like the only time you apologize, not only are you lying when you apologize, which, you know, proves absolutely not being genuine at all, but you continue to do so. Like, sometimes, you know, there's like slipping away with something, and I understand that. I've lied about things before, got caught, continued to lie to make the punishment not as harsh or things like that. But then I don't do it again because I realize that, you know, how much this can hurt and affect people. But it seems like this has already occurred and there's absolutely nothing in there. You never even told us this happened. Like, supposedly we're your boys, and you know, you didn't even tell us you were speaking to Sophia. This is entirely kept a secret, and I feel like if you genuinely did believe at the time what you were doing was right, or if you genuinely believed that what you were doing was for the experiment, like, I'm just trying to see how far I can get, then why wouldn't you tell us that you were doing so? Why wouldn't you mention it to a close friend? Why wouldn't this be told to literally anybody on the planet? Even if you made it up, and you realize, like, your shit is whack. Like, you didn't even make it up or say that Sophia was being positive. You didn't mention either of them at all.
Look, Don has a question.
Also, before Dom has that question on top
No,
of
but
this,
Don.
oh, okay. Before Vidon says his question, or I guess somebody's gonna read his question. You also are apologizing, but you're entirely off the slate with Angelina, unless she's mentioned. Like, there's no apology for Angelina.
Because
there's
Angelina
no
never
owning up
came
to
to me, as in she had blocked me until like just today she texted me, and then she never got back to me. I wanted to talk to her, and then eventually that would lead to me, you know, coming out with the apology.
Yeah, the only time you apologized was to Sophia, so that Sophia wouldn't find you to be a prick, and then you went on to, you know, aggressively flirt with her and try to rush things as quickly as
Sophia
possible.
after the fact that I apologized?
Yeah, Sophia.
When? When did I
Okay,
close the
Sophia,
track?
didn't Hayden say something like, I hope we could still be friends regarding him and Angelina? So this is what you told me, Sophia.
This
so-
was before the apology.
Yeah, this is before the apology with you. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. You apologized about what was going on with Angelina Hayden to Sophia. And this was
Because I
only
couldn't
to
apologize
flirt.
to Angelina as she had blocked me. I was not flirting with Sophia anytime after that until that. When I first got to New Hampshire, we had a little bit of not a little bit, we had disagreement. And we all just kind of went our separate ways, and we were just, you know, we had a disagreement, we went our separate ways. And then eventually, I was thinking about it for quite some time, and I thought, why haven't I apologized? Why am I still, you know, being neutral in the sense when I should be trying to get it out there that what I did with that was wrong, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm not lying about an apology. That's not.
You're not
that I
getting
wouldn't
out there.
apologize.
Okay.
You're getting
Oh,
out there.
well,
Nah.
but while we wait for Hayden, I mean, didn't you say you had a phone call or something? Did you say?
Me?
Yeah, didn't you just say you had to go on the phone?
No. No.
Oh, okay. Well,
Nah.
yeah, Benny?
Tommy is requesting an invite to the party.
No.
Okay, well,
There's not enough
does
people.
Tommy want
yeah.
Well, I mean, there
someone
is too many people is what I meant to say. Not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no. Tommy has like no like big important shit with
Yeah.
this, so no.
not only does Tommy know absolutely nothing about this, Tommy Hope again no relevant. Now, the thing is though, Hayden, you're saying like getting out with it. Well, you didn't really get out with anything. It seems like the apologies or implying that you would apologize is only coming when they're mentioned. For example, with Sophia, it seems far more to be a PR stunt, whether with Sophia or whether with us, to kind of get the goody things. Like, oh yeah, I did something bad, but at least I apologize. With
There's no need for a
Angelina,
gay point. That was a legitimate thing. Again, I'm gonna say it a million times. I could not have apologized to Angelina had she had blocked me.
yeah, of course. But you could have tried getting into contact with her in other ways. I imagine she didn't block you on every single platform.
Especially
get that.
since you're in touch with Sophia, because Sophia has
Exactly.
her.
After a while, I was not in touch with Sophia. That was the apology on the first matter. But that was like how long? That was a couple weeks after we had our argument. That was after the fact.
So you only apologized.
And I was more
with
focused on
people
straightening it out with
touched.
Sophia. I was taking one at a time. I was straightening it out with Sophia first. And Angelina kind of didn't really dawn upon me. I don't know why.
Casey, say what you don't want her to say.
No, he doesn't, it's not important.
Okay. So, I think, especially after speaking to Antonia about this. Now, Hayden, how much money would you say was spent on Gianna and Jade?
I don't remember. That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, on 90? Okay, so you told me Jada was at least...
Wait, who?
Gianna, a $90 necklace.
I did not say 90.
He didn't say that.
I'm pretty sure you did say that before.
You
And then
did?
Gianna said
Thank
it
you.
was like $5. She said.
Oh, I thought you meant like right now. I don't remember this at all. So.
No. It was like a long time ago, Casey.
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
not
yeah.
recall
Thank you,
this.
Dominic. Gianna said the necklace was like $5, but you claimed it to be more. This
That was
this was
6
repeated
days.
multiple times, and I remember as I,
Yeah. And Gianna came directly to me about it. She's like, this the necklace Hayden gave me. It's like very fucking cheap. It's like $5. You said to me.
and you claim that you bought flowers, movie tickets, and a couple other items for Jada as well, and you claim that it added up to $200. Don't know if it did, but you definitely claim that it did so.
That was in 6th grade, and I was just trying to impress them. That was a while ago. That was purely why.
Of course it was a while ago, but I'm noticing it like you're a compulsive liar.
Hmm.
You lie constantly and consistently. It's not even like you lie and then admit to the lie. You lie until you're caught.
Nick, can I also say something?
Go right ahead.
Okay. Hayden. By the way, do you lie to also make your friends jealous? Like, do you?
No.
Do you? Okay.
I have no need
Because-
to make any of you jealous because you all are genuinely important to me as friends, so I have no need to make you jealous.
You see-
that would be useless.
I remember. Is it okay if I bring up a conversation in 7th grade regarding you seeing certain girls? Something.
See,
Sure.
I don't what was that thing with Zach? I'm gonna interfere for a second. What was that thing with Zach where, like, I don't know, you got caught with, like, talking to girls and, like, saying, like, I don't know. We did, like, it was an interview on him.
I thought you were talking about something else.
Do you remember? Like, it was, like,
Me?
with Zach, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where, like, he was,
You-
like, telling, like,
Yes,
girls
yeah.
shit for, like, brownie, like, that, like, when you say, like,
Yes.
you have no like, that's not really making us jealous,
Oh,
but,
yeah,
like,
it
you
was-
say, yeah.
Yeah. I remember. Fucking thank you, Nick. Oh my god. Yeah. Regarding that interview, we had noticed a trend with Antonia, another girl that I forgot her name, and I think Kimberly as well, where they were learning information about this friend group and people in it, as if you were trying to tell them things to seem more knowledgeable, to have the tea like the gossip kind of reveal. Much of what we basically, the whole thing regarding Tommy and Sniff the Tiff, the whole reason we did that was to get back at him for telling the fake account stuff about me and others.
It was also the test that if he would sacrifice his friends just to get into a higher friend group, in which he did fail that test. He definitely
Yeah.
did.
Not even for a higher friend group. A random girl he met online.
Yeah, like, come on.
Which is incredibly disgusting.
Which is also still kind of happening.
Exactly.
Kind of,
It
yeah.
still happens to this
Oh, are you guys
We bash Tommy because it's clearly obvious and it's right there in the face. And he's not a key member of anything. He's not as likable. There's many reasons why we bash him. Basically the same exact reasons why we bash everyone. And it's also because both of them are kind of like dick riders and they strive to be something that is like they strive to move on to different friend groups and so on. You, maybe not for friend groups, but you've basically done the same exact thing. I haven't spoken to Sophia or whatever about this, or Angelina, but definitely with Kimberly and Antonia and a couple other women, you've done this. So I'm gonna say it right now. Have you told them stuff about us, either truth or false, to, like, have, not even to anything, just have you done?
To Kimberly, no. Because Kimberly knew nothing about us. She had nothing to do with any of us. So, no,
But
Kimberly.
Antonia's a yes.
Antonia has been friends with us for a long time. Antonia goes way back with Nick and Richie. So she already knows
So
most
you
of
tell
it.
her that.
I didn't tell her anything. I didn't tell her anything bad. Because like most of because she was in one of our group chats as well. For like a while ago. She was in one of our main group chats. Maybe another.
I don't recall that, but okay.
She was in the group
Can I-
chat.
Can I say something real quick?
Come right in, Rich.
About like when we were talking about how like
Hi.
Hayden, you wouldn't try and
What
make
service
us
are you looking
feel
for?
jealous. But like, how
Okay,
come
so you're
every
in
single
serious
time
trouble,
when, like, you had
and
a
you need
girlfriend,
my
you would
help.
brag about
Okay,
having
okay.
a girlfriend while we didn't.
When would I brag about that?
You would
Like, you used to
excessively speak
brag
about
Specifically, I
about
would say.
how like you and Kimberly are dating, and like you don't have a girlfriend, I have a girlfriend, blah blah blah.
I'd also
Did I
like
really
to say,
do that?
for everybody muted or not
I
talking,
really cannot recall doing that. I'm sorry.
I asked the choir to just preach on that, because every single one of you in this party, besides Sophia, because you know I don't speak to her like that, have all said how Hayden excessively mentions girlfriends.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
please, don't leave Richie silent, or don't just
I'm not
leave
leaving
him hanging.
Yeah.
And plus like, with like the whole Kimberly thing, how like she went you off.
Also,
She gave
I
you,
don't
a
know.
hand
Somebody.
job.
All right,
That
you
could
can
also
continue.
be classified as like trying to make us jealous. How like we haven't had that sexual
No, that was telling you.
experience yet.
That was not to make you
I
jealous, that
also,
was to tell
I've
you what
also,
happened.
and you
When
even
say
have
that I
clear,
never told
Nick.
you what
Nick,
You have.
It's kind of like bragging rights, if anything.
Please, like
that.
Richie,
That's not-
Richie's been doing it. Nick, please, when you ask to talk, it's not because we're gonna say no. It's because we don't want you to cut it. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're,
yeah,
like,
alright,
just
alright.
too mean.
May I add to
Just-
Richie's point?
Yeah, go
You
ahead.
yourself.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, you yourself have evidence. Like you, Nick, you have evidence. You have, you pretty much, didn't Hayden say he wants to be that other guy in the friend group have gotten that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Basically,
So he wants
don't
that.
remember-
I don't know why.
Okay, yeah.
See, he wants to be that he wants you to be the only two to do it. And it's kind of like
no, he didn't even just say the only two. He was like, it's good to be the only two. I'm
Yeah.
glad. Things
yeah,
that.
like
As if there's inferiors because.
yeah, it's just like it seems that like
And-
you're just looking down on us like we're some kind of like I don't know, like you're
I
some
feel
kind of
like-
superior, and it's kind of like,
Like,
you know-
like we're some like lower range.
Not even that, but it's like
like
with
some
Arion,
Hitler time.
Alpha
with
male.
Arion, he doesn't claim to do things with girls. He
Yeah.
literally tells girls like, I've never had a girlfriend. Like he says things as
What did I
such.
do?